Today is a wonderful day. No matter what anyone says, it's a wonderful day. Because a new member has joined my family, and I can show it to all of you. This little kitten will bring comfort to me and all of you, and I promise to make this kitten happy.
いっぱい可愛がってあげてください。
ありがとうございます。
あららら。ともさん、今日入れてあげてください。よろしくお願いいたします。可愛がってあげてください。はい、いい子です。こういうとこ入るの初めてなので、もしかしたらタクシーの中とかで泣くかもしれないです。ギャーギャーギャーギャーね、こういうの初めてなので、ただもう出さないでください。
はい
ね。
かわいい、何これ。何この生き物。かわいい。There is a reason why I decided to bring this kitten into my life. I already have a pet, but due to the demands of my creative work, I found it increasingly challenging to set aside dedicated playtime with my current pet. While I still maintain our morning routine of spending time together, I've had to reduce the amount of playtime during the day and evening. He started appearing somewhat lonely. Perhaps he simply wanted to play with me rather than with a new cat, but I felt a strong desire to ensure that he wouldn't get bored. Before welcoming this kitten, I already had one cat named Kitten. He's a 2-year-old Scottish Fold male with a very calm personality. However, since this will be his first time meeting a kitten, I was worried about whether they would get along. When I researched online, I found conflicting options about introducing a new kitten to an existing cat. Some said that cats are territorial and should not be allowed to play or meet right away. It was recommended to keep the kitten in the separate room at first and gradually introduce them to each other. At my mother's house, she had 3 dogs, but the existing dog never showed jealousy or aggression towards the new puppies, so I thought it might depend on the individual cat's personality. Nevertheless, I believe it's generally a good practice to follow the advice found on the internet. Therefore, I was in a dilemma about what to do but decided to introduce the kitten to Kitten for a short while to observe his reaction. To my surprise, Kitten immediately showed interest in the kitten, and they started playing together in no time. It seems like these two had great compatibility. I believe that getting them accustomed to the environment is crucial initially. If they can get along well, having Kitten around will be significant for a kitten in terms of acclimating to the new surroundings. As a result, I decided to let Kitten and the kitten play together right away. I named this kitten Monchi. Since we had this opportunity, I'd like to share videos of Kitten when he was kitten with all of you. When he was a kitten, he was incredibly curious. He didn't particularly enjoy being held, but he was a friendly kitten who liked being around humans. He had really big and adorable eyes. Of course, he's still the cutest cat. For me, he continues to be my daily companion, whether I'm shooting videos, recording audio, or editing. Do you like animals? I'd be delighted if you could write your favorite animals in the comments. According to opinions from animal experts, it was suggested that the first step is to acclimate the kitten to the environment. I feel like Monchi has already adapted well to the environment, and he gets along very well with Kinta. However, I'm not sure if this kitten likes me. Cats tend to bond strongly with other cats, and I can't help but feel a bit lonely. So I've been trying various approaches to bond with him. I'm increasing the opportunities for cuddling, petting him after meals, trying hand feeding, and experimenting with different ways. What would you do to build a good relationship with this kitten if you were in my shoes? However, personally, I don't want to do anything that the kitten might dislike, so I think it's best to take my time and patiently wait until we naturally become close. Cats have quite different personalities from dogs, and this kitten has a different personality from Kitten as well, so it's a bit challenging. But I want to build a trusting relationship little by little. Actually, there was a significant incident that happened after this kitten came to my home. The owner of the pet shop had asked me to feed milk to the kitten occasionally, so I was using a baby bottle to give him milk. However, he ended up biting and tearing off the tip of the baby bottle and swallowing it. It was about 1 centimeter long, I believe. I was very worried that this might lead to a life-threatening situation, and even though I tried researching on the internet, I kept coming across negative information. When I contacted the vet, they told me that I had to wait for it to naturally pass through his system. So I diligently searched for it every time, feeling extremely anxious about the situation. And finally, 2 days later, I found it within his excrement. I felt a huge sense of relief. I pledged to be extremely cautious and vowed not to repeat such a mistake again. I can't afford to risk a precious life due to a momentary lapse of attention. I had promised to make him happy the day he came to my home. Since he loves milk, I've been giving it to him in a bowl since then. I make sure to check the temperature with my own fingers to ensure it's not too hot before offering it to him. There's also the option of trying the milk myself, just to be on the safe side. For the sake of my family, I'm willing to taste both the milk and the cat food. Come to think of it, when I tried bird food before, it didn't have much of a taste. I could vaguely sense a grainy aroma, that's about it. Anyway, I'm pressed to make him happy, so from now on, I want to enjoy life together with my new family. I'll share his growing moments with all of you, so please look forward to that. Also, I'll make sure to cherish Kitten just as much, not only showering affection on the kitten. By the way, it's now September, and Japan is gradually getting cooler. Summers in Japan can be really hot. I'm not a big fan of summer. I think cats too would prefer cooler weather over the heat. I'll include links to Kitten's Instagram and Monchi's Instagram accounts in the description, so be sure to check them out. Thank you for watching this video until the end. I'll be delighted if you subscribe my channel, like, comments. Okay then, see you next time.